All right. Hello, Alex. All right.
Hello.
Let's give me the tea. Your tribe. Let's talk about last round a little bit. Your tribe won immunity. Safe at the recycling bin, and then you were given the results of Lawrence getting voted out. Were you shocked? Were you upset? What was going through your
I'm not necessarily surprised because I've seen how he played in Hypnotic, so I guess assuming he would play somewhat similarly. I don't know what the like reasons were behind him getting voted out, if they were any similar to Hypnotic, but feel for him a little bit because it's tough to be first boot twice in a row, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, it's no real worry towards me right now.
head? Okay. Now, moving forward, your tribe once again decimated the other tribe or folder in the computer crashed challenge of the jigsaw and slider puzzles. Once again, you're safe. What are your thoughts going through that? Like, are you upset, happy? What's going through your head?
I'm I mean, obviously I'm happy to not have to go to tribal, but like I'm still trying to figure out this like twist. I don't really like it, quite frankly. Like it feels kind of weird to win a challenge and then have to lose a member as far as like the numbers go. And especially because it's Corey, and Corey was like one of the people I was like getting like a strong connection to, and then Corey's gone. So um we gotta figure that out because I'm assuming that there's another challenge coming up after tribal tonight, and we'll have to vote on a new captain. I know that Gianna and Corey were mainly captains because they volunteered to be captains. So at this point, I know I'm not volunteering. Uh, I hope Tommy doesn't because Tommy's the other closest one um, that I'm with right now. But we can get into that a little later. So yeah, happy to be safe. Not happy about the the twist and what it's doing right now. So I still got to figure that out.
Okay. Has your, you couldn't really, since your tribe was safe, you couldn't really test out the waters as far as like loyalty and sketchiness. Is your trust list still the same from last round, or has it changed?
What did I say last round? Well, Jonah has been making more efforts to like talk to me, and like we've bonded a little bit over both being from New Jersey and both being like theater geeks. So at least there's something there. I don't really know if I'd want to like take it any further at this point. Um, and I know I think I said Jesse was at the top, but like now Jesse's been like I'm I've heard this of Jesse in games, and she's like very hard to get in contact with, and I'm now starting to realize that, and I don't know if I want that in like a very close ally. So I think she's lowering a little bit. Probably don't want to get her out right away, but like some other people might have like taken her spot. Um, in this case, Corey, but Corey is gone, so so I don't know. I really want to get on with Susie because I think I said this last time, or maybe I didn't. I forget. But from what I remember from Susie is that like she'll find her people in the very beginning and then like latch onto them. So if I can become one of those people for her, then I think that would suit me uh, pretty well. I also know me and Tommy are gonna call later because Tommy said something last night that was very interesting. That was um, like this twist is weird, whatever, whatever. And then he said like we should figure out something sooner rather than later to keep both of us safe. And I was like, hello. That's like that's always something you want to hear. Someone wants to keep me safe. So hopefully that goes somewhere as well.
Has there been speculations or conversation on what the main twist is? And if so, what are the speculations?
Like as far as like the
As
captain's thing.
correct.
Um, no. Well, I think it's more like all of us thought that Gianna was going to come back after the first challenge, and then she didn't. And now Corey's probably not going to come. Well, okay, if Gianna doesn't come back tonight, then something's going on with it. Like, and the other thing is that Gianna competed for the other tribe in the challenge. So Gianna might just be like a part of that tribe right now. Maybe like she can't be captain again, which would be unfortunate because that means she can't come back over here. If we lose a challenge. Um, so I think everyone's just not really sure what to do because it is a weird like wrench in the whole system of, oh, if you win now you lose a member, so it's like, do we just like lose a challenge and then vote somebody out but we still have like numbers, or do we keep winning to guarantee safety but we're throwing away our tribe members and they're getting stronger over there? I don't know, just gotta figure it out.
All right. Um, Matt, do you have any questions?
So you were saying that you really don't want Tommy gone and that you like have a good bond with Tommy. Could
Mhm.
you elaborate on that more?
Well, at this point, I'm trying to like, again, my fatal flaw in games is I'll like get too attached to people and then want to take them to the end and not even like consider other paths. So at this point, Tommy has seemed like the person who has wanted to connect with me the most. So I'm going to want to connect with him the most in order to like ensure my own safety for right now. Because again, at this point, I don't know if I can fully trust him. We have not gone to a tribal. I don't know that he wouldn't vote me out if given the chance. Um, so the bond is still there. It is just uh, tentative for right now, and maybe that'll get stronger if we can think of a way to plan for the future sometime tonight if that call we're doing is still happening. Um, but yeah, I do like Tommy. I like the way I think he thinks about the game, um, and how I think it's pretty similar to the way I think about the game. This is also his like what first Survivor game, which is cool. I like seeing that. Um, I don't know. Just gonna have to see where it goes for right now. Open to other options, but I'm also open to keeping that going forward.
Let me think of a question really quick off the top of my head. Uh, so hypothetically, if your tribe was the one that lost,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a name in mind of who you'll want to see go home?
Um, well, I said last time that Lewis and Jonah were like the least like making an effort as far as my end to like make any connections, personal or otherwise. Um, as I said before, Jonah has been like, reaching out to me a little more, so like appreciate that. So maybe not Jonah, maybe Lewis. Lauren is also Lauren, and um, I don't know how much like game talk we would be making if it's not like service level. So she would be someone that we could get rid of, and it wouldn't really hurt my game at this point. It would just depend on if she would vote me out. Because I don't know if Lewis would vote me out. I don't think Lauren would vote me out at this point. Um, so probably Lewis, but we'll see.
Okay.
I could talk about the idol
That was
thing.
about that was my next question.
I'm sorry, ask the question.
So you correctly guessed the idol, but the folder says nothing in there.
Right.
Take us through what's going on in your head.
Right. So I know it is a common thing for people to work together in order to find the idols. Um, so I think that is definitely a possibility of something that could happen. However, I also don't think it's impossible for one person to have found it themselves through like the guesswork um because like for me I wasn't reading like the like directions that clearly, and I thought that like uh I didn't realize the like symbols were matched up to the numbers like relative to where they were in the guess. So I could have maybe gotten it a day earlier if possible. I will say though that I did make sure to send in my guess like the moment midnight happened, uh, to be like the first one or possibly the first one. So I'm gonna assume that they found it earlier on like day 4. Uh, do I want to tell people that I didn't find that I got to the end and didn't find the idol? Yes. I just need to make sure that I'm telling the right people because obviously somebody has it, right? So if I tell people like, hey, like, the idol's gone. I don't know where it is. That could sketch them out, and that could be like, or that could put in their heads, oh, Alex is coming after me. We got to vote him out, and I obviously don't want that. Um, so like, do I want to tell Tommy tonight that I didn't find it? Possibly. I might just take a chance on that. Uh, do I want to tell anyone else? Like Susie is like also an option, so I could like, but that would mean like taking a risk, making sure that like she's not working with anybody else to find the idol, or she doesn't have any like stronger connections anyway. Because if I go to her and say like, "Hey, I didn't find the idol. I don't know where it is," even if she's even if she doesn't have the idol, she can go to somebody else and say, "Hey, Alex doesn't have the idol. Like he's vulnerable to be voted out next." Obviously, you don't want that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But basically, idol somewhere. Gotta suss out where it is. Um, and also have to be careful about telling people that I don't have it, which is nice. I like this because this is the opposite of what usually happens. Is I accidentally find the idol or the advantage or whatever like super early in the game, and then it just stresses me out because I know I would have to use it at a certain point or tell people about it, and then they vote me out. But this time I don't have it, so now there's nothing for me to hide behind. I will say I don't know if I mentioned this before, but what I wanted to do was find the idol and then use it immediately at the next tribal, even if I was like, even if I knew I was like 100% safe, so that it wouldn't get rehidden and like people wouldn't have to hide behind it, and and I wouldn't have to worry about it later. Can't do that now. Just got to figure out where it is right now. Figure out who to tell.
Okay. I personally don't have any more questions, but if Mac has any more questions you'd like to ask, this is your time.
If you could describe this round as a TV show title, What TV show title would you describe this round as?
If I could describe this round, I don't really know. This is like another really like low key round because I feel like game talk hasn't been happening that much in this tribe, or if there is, I'm completely out of the loop.
Can't think of a TV show. Musicale.
Sorry again.
I say, if you can't think of a TV show, what musical?
What musical? There we go. Now we're talking. um, Oklahoma, because Oklahoma's boring as hell.
Okay.
No, it's weird. I do want like game stuff to get started, but I am appreciating the safe period where nothing's happening. Hopefully, at a certain point, a like huge target will make themselves clear, and even if we do lose, we can vote them out. Oh, actually, one thing I did want to talk about. One thing I did want to talk about was I was surprised that the other tribe voted for Allie to be the captain because they have Gianna on their tribe. So I'm assuming they have like the full understanding of what the twist is. And I'm also assuming that Gianna voted with them because I think I thought that Gianna was going to come back, and and she didn't. So maybe it was like a 10 vote situation. So they picked Allie, knowing full well like what the twist was and what would happen if Allie got sent to our tribe. So that makes me think of that makes me think two things, or two reasons why they would have voted for Allie. One, she's like very good at being social and was already strong with people on that tribe. Wanted to come to our tribe. They knew she would survive and was very good at competing and all that good stuff. Or two, Allie is a huge detriment to them challenge wise. And they said, oh, we want to get rid of her. Let's send her over to the other tribe. Because the other thing is that Allie didn't compete in the challenge. Because like they had nine people, they had to sit 2 people out, and they didn't sit out Tanner. Love Tanner, but he's not good at challenges. Like, I think we can be blunt about that. But as far as I remember, Allie didn't compete, unless I'm totally misremembering. Can someone confirm or deny, or do I have to like check the results myself? You know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Tanner and Lewis. Yeah, Allie did not compete. Who was the other person that didn't compete? Is it Bruce? No, Bruce competed. Okay, at this point, I'm just like, my mind's just going, so I apologize for like how disjumbled this is going to be. Okay, so Chrisanne competed? Yes, okay. Jazzy competed? Yes. Marvin. Oh, Marvin didn't compete. Marvin's good at challenges. Okay, so that might have been a case of he like was extremely busy, couldn't work on it, and had to sit out. So Marvin and Allie were the two that didn't compete. Okay, I'm gonna assume Marvin's because he was busy, and Allie was because he's not good at challenges. Okay, that makes it interesting. That's gonna have to be something I talk with Tommy about tonight. I don't remember what the original question was, or if there was a question and I just started ranting, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, no, you were talking about the twist. Like we were like, what are
We
your
asked,
thoughts on the twist? And you're like,
Oh,
Ellie.
right. I was surprised. Right. I was talking about how I was surprised that Allie got nominated captain. Be- Right. Because Chris was the first captain, and that seemed like a solid choice for like a social player. And Allie was like, that was interesting. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that.
once again, I don't have any questions. But Mac, if you do, this is the time to do so.
I did that last time. I did that with the TV show.
Okay. Do
Um,
you like to ask?
there's nothing that comes to mind now. But if I do, I will hit up your project. Be like, I got one.
Yes, please do. I feel like what I'm realizing is these confessionals, like later on, uh, is like I'm just gonna hop on, and then the further we go down the road, like the longer my rants are gonna become, because there's gonna be like way too much going on. So look forward to that.
All right. Before we end the recording, is there any last minute things you'd like to add or comment?
Um, Looking forward to seeing what happens. Low key hope there's a swap happening soon because I need to talk to people. And hope this next challenge is one where it's very easy to tell who doesn't do good. Like the scavenger hunt and puzzle. Those are two that's like clear to be like, okay, these two people didn't do good. So yeah, looking forward. We'll see what happens.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording.